now get talking with another special guest who is joining in, a favorite on Daily Calls. Mr. Kranti Patini returns. He's the Director of Research of WealthMills Securities on this special edition. Mr. Patini, warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining in and wish you a very happy new year. And may this year turn out to be a fabulous one, the best one yet for you and for your loved ones as well as your team at WealthMills. And may you continue to guide and keep sharing all the wisdom on stock markets with all our viewers. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Sashi, for those kind words. And first of all, for you and your team at BTTV and the viewers, a very happy, prosperous new year to you all. And God bless during this year. And may this year going to be a prosperous year for everyone in equity markets.
Thank you so much for these warm wishes, Mr. Patini. We'll start taking the questions that are coming in, and in the interim, I will keep asking you how are you approaching in the new year the markets as well. We have some questions pouring in, so we will take some of those questions. First up, we have a question coming in from Francis, and he says, could you please give me a view about Suzlon? I want to enter into this stock afresh. Is it the right time and the right stock to enter in? Okay, we've actually seen in 2024 Suzlon give a handsome returns to investors, but those investors who actually got an entry at the peak of 2024 around 80 odd levels, they are now feeling stuck, sir. The stock has corrected about 60, 61 odd is the current levels. Do you think for the long-term investors, this is a right time to look at Suzlon?
Such two ways we need to look at Suzlon. One thing is, those people who entered at the lower end of the Suzlon, around 5 rupees, 10 rupees, or 20 rupees, 30 rupees, they would have made fabulous money. One thing is what's so kind for Suzlon is the sectoral tailwinds. There is a greater emphasis towards the alternative energy, green energy, and wind energy is concerned. That has been helping Suzlon, and the company could be able to reduce debt. But still, some kind of lingering corporate governance issues still prop up in this counter, always in this company. So, if the investor have a high risk appetite, he can get into this in this range. Or he can try to accumulate the stock at dips. Until unless he's not a high risk appetite investor, there are many better, good quality companies are available in the markets at this point of time at a decent valuation. What happens, Sashi, whenever this stock goes above 85, 86,000 level, the market cap of this company is hitting around 1 lakh crores. For these kind of revenues, whether this company deserves 1 lakh crore market cap is the greater question. But the sectoral tailwinds is definitely helping this company.
Okay, got that. I hope this has given you a broader understanding of how the stock is placed at the current levels as well as what are the sector trends going on, Francis. We'll take the next one. This is from Rajiv Sanwal. He wants to take a fresh entry in Saregama. Would you advise that? Let us again pull up the stock of Saregama. To see how the stock has moved. Today it's up by sharp 7% odd. In the last year-to-date levels, again, the move has been largely seen in January itself. Large part of the move has come in from just about today, or like yesterday it started off. But there haven't been any cool returns in the year to date. Of course, in the last 1 year, the stock has gone up about 36.5% odd. What would you really say on Saregama, sir?
In terms of the short term is concerned, Sachi, the stock can deliver 10 to 15% returns from this level also. With respect to the serious investing is concerned, the stock is fully priced in at this point of time. So any sharp declines only one can get into names for any kind of serious investing. With respect to some kind of trading in the medium to short term, one can take the entry for these stocks. Still, the business is going at a good pace, but further momentum need to be picked up in this counter with respect to the earnings are concerned. It's a decent stock, but fully priced in at this point of time.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question too. We have from Trishur, Satya writing in, he says he wants to know on some of the auto stocks like TVS Motors he already has, but he wants to know whether he should switch No, actually, he wants to know he has Rico Auto in his portfolio. Whether he should switch to TVS Motors is what his question is, and how is TVS Motor looking at the current levels, sir? 2476. This one is mildly down in trade today.
As for TVS Motors is concerned, actually, it's one of the best outperformer. And if I have to compare TVS Motors last 10 years performance, fabulous performance from TVS Motors. The short term looks a little bit volatile. The OEMs and the two-wheelers are concerned especially. I always look for 5 years and 10 years kind of performance. In terms of the 10 years performance, when you compare any other two-wheeler stocks are concerned in the market, TVS delivered fabulous returns with respect to their good product proposition and also the current EV4A. We need to see how it's going to pan out. Uh, Shifting from a automobiles component to OEM, it is just like going from a lemon to an orange kind of a comparison uh, for the investor. But I advocate the investor, if he have any money, he can invest in TVS Motors in a very staggered manner. Most probably, he can invest TVS Motors just like a monthly systematic investment stock buying kind of thing. He can implement. Raiko
Sure.
Autos, he can hold on for some more time.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has answered your question. TVS Motors for long term, a staggered fashion is what you should look at. And we have a question coming in from Ramu from Hyderabad. He says, my query is on Exicom. In my portfolio, I have bought this stock at the rate of 373. Okay, and he's been looking at sharp losses. This stock has been actually on a downward trend since about July. It's been on a downward trend, and the stock is now hovering around 254 odd levels. Would you have any view on Exicom, sir?
Sakshi, with respect to Excom is concerned, the company is into uh, electric EV infrastructure. That is the main line of business. And the company has been doing some kind of acquisitions in the past one quarter also. September quarter result seems to be a little bit disappointing. That's where the entire pressure on the stock got created. But we need to look at Excom at a very futuristic view. It should not be compared with just a couple of quarters performance because the EV infrastructure has to get developed in India. And in the next couple of years, there are around a couple of $1 billion of capex. It comes to around 30,000 crores of capex is going to happen in EV infrastructure is something that is the charging stations and all. So Exxon is a company is going to get benefited in this entire infrastructure theme is concerned. And also last one quarter or last few months, we can see some kind of subdued sales of electric two-wheeler, uh, four-wheelers are concerned. That also impacting the company. You can hold on to this company, okay, for a longer term perspective. Of course, medium term, the stock is going through a downtrend. But we can once the capex cycle revives and the EV sales go up, these kind of companies are going to get benefited.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has answered your question as well. Let's take another one. This is from Ankur. He wants to know on Aarti Industries. He has 90 shares at the rate of 823. He's sitting on a 50% loss. So now he wants to know whether it is advisable to average out at the current levels on this one. How is the company's business and fundamentals? Aarti Industries, 421 currently, sir.
If I have to analyze the business of Aarti Industries on a longer term perspective, the company has delivered very well. It rewarded the shareholders. But in a medium to short term, past 1.5 years, all the chemical companies and specialty chemicals have been going through a rough patch. Most probably, this range, this kind of pressure is going to continue in the next couple of quarters also. But the current quarter results are extremely crucial for names like Aarti Industries and many of the specialty chemicals are concerned. So he can hold on to the company, of course, despite the biggest problem is he entered at the higher end of the market. That's where the entire entire losses are occurred to his portfolio. So he can hold on, most probably after this quarterly results, looking at the management guidance, he can try to average this company for a longer term perspective.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. This question is from Momita from Kolkata. She wants to know, is it the right time to enter Adani Enterprises for next 1 year? Is it a good stock to hold? Again, this year has been full of volatility because of the news flows around the space. What is your suggestion right now, sir, on Adani Enterprises?
Sakshi, price changes the perception of the people. And also, just look at when the recent the U.S. News that erupted on allegations of the recent orders by U.S. Courts and all. When the news came, the stock was under pressure. But from there onwards, the stock price could be able to sustain. And also, recent positive reports of giving the target price to Adani Enterprises more than 3,000. The stock is in a positive territory. Greater emphasis is given towards its ports, airports business, and also data center business is concerned. If the investor have a high risk appetite and ready to accept the volatility and take the volatility, any dip on Adani Enterprises one can add for a medium to longer term perspective.
Okay. Let's take the next one then. This is from Rishikesh. He says, hi Sakshi, I hold some railway stocks in my portfolio. IRFC, RVNL, IRCON, Titagarh and JWL. And I want to add some more. So should I keep on adding or should I wait? All right. So that's quite a handful of the railway stocks in his portfolio. Is it advisable to really go big on railways, having all the stocks within the basket in the portfolio? What exactly should be the right strategy? I understand there are a lot of investors who want to take pre-budget positions because we usually see a lot of buzz around railways during the budget. But is it advisable to have so many stocks in a portfolio which is from concentrated in railways portfolio?
One thing, Sashi, if the sector is in an uptrend,
Yeah.
one can add. It also depends upon the risk appetite and also the time horizon. And if the investors are could able to uh, uh, buy when the prices of any sectorial stocks comes down, that's also important question. If they are fit and if they're in this checklist, if they're okay for all these events, they are ready, then uh, they can take some risk because we do experimented the same kind of things and bought many of the railway stocks at the bottom when the sector is taking a positivity. So it paid us well for our investors. So at this point of time, the valuations in a medium to short term, they're little bit stretched, subject to each and every stock because the names what the investor have mentioned seems to be good. So at any dips, given the kind of the long-term outlook for railway stocks, railway as a sector, railway infrastructure as a sector, and also earning visibility is concerned, one can add a dips in the names what you mentioned.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one then. Rajiv Jayaram wants to know why Cyient falling. Is it good to buy the stock at the current levels? Okay, within the IT pack, the question comes in on Cyient, sir. What's your own view on this one from the IT pack?
The science is concerned, Sakshi. Uh, the stock had a the stock corrected from 2,100 level to currently at below 1,800 levels. Uh, the stock is in a consolidation, and also this year has been a roller coaster ride for names like Scient, um, uh, despite of the decent uh, quarterly earnings. I just wait for the next couple of months how the U.S. economy and the entire IT pack is going to be. At this point of time, one can hold on to the stock, fresh entry, post results, one can make any kind of fresh entries.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. Then this is Kalpesh Patel. He's from Mumbai. He's calling, he's on the phone line with us. Hi Kalpesh, good afternoon. कैसे हैं आप? नए वर्ष की स्वागत शुभकामनाएं आपको. आज क्या जानना चाहेंगे?
मैं एकदम बढ़िया हूँ। मैं मेरे निफ्टी आईटी पे व्यू जानना चाहता हूँ। ये जो अपना डॉलर डॉलर है वो अभी लास्ट टाइम हाई के ऊपर चल रहा है 85 चल रहा है और 30 तारीख को डॉलर आने वाले तो वो क्या जिस हिसाब से अभी से आईटी के करेक्शन हो रहा है हाई से काफी तो ये इस बार का ऊपर स्पीड कर देंगे तो भी अपना निफ्टी आईटी की स्टॉक 5-10 का कहीं से टूट जाते हैं, तो क्या उसी तरह से ये निफ्टी आईटी कितना टूट रहा है? और निफ्टी आईटी पे भी जानना चाहता हूँ।
आईटी के ऊपर Okay, Kranti ji, on IT sector, what's you were talking about Cyient any which ways, but what's your overall view on IT sector?
Exactly, with respect to IT sector is concerned, U.S. economy is going from strength to strength, and with the new president, Mr. Trump President Trump at White House, the kind of reforms and the kind of business friendly measures he's taking, definitely it will help the Indian IT companies on a medium to longer term, definitely. So, of course, there is a kind of news flow that do comes on H1B visas and all, but despite of the negativity on the market, I'm cautiously optimistic with respect to Indian IT companies on a medium to longer term perspective. So, any dip on Indian IT company, one can add these companies for a medium to longer term perspective.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. Next, Priyanka wants to know, can I take a fresh entry in GSFC? Again, fertilizer space is also in the buzz ahead of the budget, sir. Especially on GSFC, what is your own view? Today it's up by 1.5%. Volumes are also decent, 206 odd levels currently for this one.
With respect to GSFC is concerned, of course, some kind of pre-budget rally with respect to some kind of announcements that may help the fertilizer stock. For a medium to short term, one can add these stocks, but one need to have a strict stop loss also if they're trading in these companies. But I treat these companies, Sakshi, for an event only, not for a serious investments for a longer term, just for a whenever there are event that do comes. But names like FACT and all, they remains very looks attractive and one of the outperformers for these companies. The relative valuations of these companies are looks very attractive. One can try to add for a medium to short term just for trading.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question too. Let's take the next question. This one is from Mr. Sai Reddy. He says, I have Epigral 100 shares at 1740. What is your view on it? Is it good to hold for next 6 to 12 months? Any view on Epigral, sir?
Sakshi, I don't track this company.
Okay, okay. Any which ways, we'll take the last question then. This is from Mr. Chandrahas. He wants to know on KPIT Tech. Again from the IT pack. So I think everybody is going big on this one. What would you say on this?
Which one?
KPIT Tech. KPIT Tech.
Yeah, KPIT. KPIT has been, Sakshi, if you remember, we used to discuss with the stock around 200 rupees, how the stock have performed and given the multi-bagger returns to the investors. Definitely, with the given the focus about the auto technologies are concerned, definitely any dip for KPIT is a long-term buy, but one need to have the expectations to be moderate at this point of time. The stock can still deliver 15 to 20% from this range also.
Okay, got that. Right, we will wrap it up at that note then, Mr. Batini. Thank you so much for guiding all our viewers and answering their queries patiently in today's trading session. And here's hoping that we see you more often on daily calls so that our viewers can get all the insights on the markets from you. Hope you have a fantastic one again, and we will continue to see you more often. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sachi.
All right, viewers, we'll wrap it up on that note as far as Daily Calls edition is concerned. In case there were some questions that we could not take up today, we can definitely answer them in our next edition that will be on Monday. So stay tuned. There'll be a lot more opportunities for you to get your queries answered from top market experts. And continue to watch out for more shows that will be up next for you on the channel. And there are many interesting market masters interviews that we've taken as far as your own strategies for 2025 should be. So don't miss out on those specific and interesting, fascinating conversations that we've had on the channel as well. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Market Today. The last 1 hour of trade on Friday, which is also the last working day of this week, is bathed in green. The Nifty is up 92 points. The battle for supremacy between the bulls and the bears is at 23,850 today. The NSE 500, the broadest index that we track, is up 61 points, showing you a lot of enthusiasm for the broader market on the long side. The Nifty Bank added 144 and the IT index is up 64 points. In the wider space of the Lal Street, you see hectic momentum as far as bulls are concerned. You'll notice that the advanced decline ratio at the moment is 1380 shares versus 1000 that are in the red. We tracked 19 indices for you. Out of 19, 16 in the green